Okay, everybody, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Earl W. Brown and the mighty YR, the great YR, I should say. This is kind of different in terms of time periods where we do our music show, but we
Yeah,
figure
we
let's
got all
do it.
this,
Let's do it to
got all
fig.
this,
Go ahead.
we got all this political stuff going on. Like, to watch that at the nighttime and get into the political stuff. Like, we'll do a political show tomorrow,
That's
probably.
true. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Uh, but like, we have to. There's just so much politically, like this vice president stuff. So I have to watch a lot of stuff on TV, like
I
Fox
know.
News, Como. I have to watch. What I'm saying? Get in tune with what's going on. Did you know? One quick sidebar. Because I tried myself. You know how they have all these fact check websites or whatever.
Yes.
Which the deal is now, it's hard to explain. You can't explain this to liberal people, Democratic people, but there is the fact check websites where they're all about facts or whatever. But if you type in certain things, it nothing
Yes.
the whole JD Vance couch deal,
Mm-hmm.
which it was a rumor started on Twitter saying he did stuff with the couch, basically. I mean, that
Oh,
came up basically,
really?
yeah, basically certain stuff. If you type in Hunter Biden's laptop, nothing comes up on that.
Mm-hmm.
When it was seen in court like a month ago, like it finally, like the liberals lied and said, "Oh, there's not such thing. It's a Russian lie." And then there you see the laptop in court.
Yep.
He was in court, so there's a lot politically going. It's not just what you see. It's not just the talking heads. There's a lot going on. We're gonna dive
And
into
we're
it
not
tomorrow.
talking, and we're not talking Talking Heads the band or the Spin Doctors or the band. Needless to say, this is political terms that we're talking about.
Yes, like politics, everything.
Yes.
So, Dr. Brown, were you into the Aerosmith?
Well, I
Like,
was. I remember one of the people
well, hold
that
on.
we. Go
What
ahead.
was your reaction to the? Were you thinking they're gonna pull this tour through? Because I was planning on going. I didn't buy any tickets, but I was gonna wait till the day of course, and see. And I'm sure there was gonna be something I could get because
Hmm.
pretty much every like I can. I mean, anything, even SummerSlam day of tickets were like $15, Brad. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Wow,
Like,
interesting.
on a map, on a ticket map, it's not just the day of, and there's an actual Twitter site that tells you what tickets are going selling on the day of for a fraction. But it's not just people, resellers, or people can't show up, so they have to resell them, or the resellers' prices are too high, they have to drop the day of. They also have VIP seats, which all most groups through Live Nation has VIP seats, which usually includes, the laminated pass,
Yes.
maybe a T-shirt, a few extras.
Meet and greet.
Uh, Sometimes, I mean, I don't see a lot of meet and greets recently with a lot of these tours. Recently, there always is that option, like the smaller stuff. Your Stephen Piercy's, he offers like $150 through his website,
Mm.
but like, Judas Priest isn't doing a meet and greet. Sammy ain't doing a meet and greet.
Wow.
Uh, certain ones aren't, but it's definitely a thing. Yes, but these certain ones I'm talking about, there's just VIP for, where you get the extra laminate, blah blah blah. Well, even those seats, which
Hmm.
won't, if they don't sell those, and those are usually like the best seats in the house. Like, this see what they did with the Green Day. Green Day just played in New York or something recently, like this
Mm.
past weekend, and they released like 20 or 30 seats, like a whole strip, like I'm talking, and keep in mind this is a stadium tour, so like best seat in the house, it's pretty much like it was like 10th row or something. I don't know, because there was a big catwalk and all that. So
I
they do
see.
release, like I'm talking straight up no fee, and most artists are doing no fees, Brown, no fees added, no taxes added. I mean, it's like a small $2 tax, but
Yes.
there's no process fees. All of that's included in the ticket. So what you see is what you get, and the ticket game is, it's a game, but more people finding out. So like back to the story of this Aerosmith deal.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that. I was kind of like surprised myself when I heard the news. I think it was on the Saturday of last week when we heard about this. I'm like, holy cow! It's like, wow. I knew that Steven Tyler had an injury within his vocal cords, but I didn't think it was going to be that severe. And what kind of injury was it that made him decide to?
Explain. So basically, if you want to add Paul Revere,
Yes, let's get Paul 3 on to the mix.
oh, you are recording the call right now,
I'm
Brown,
be- I'm
right?
re- I'm re- I'm doing I'm live and I'm recording.
All right, so this came from Eddie Trunk, who Eddie Trunk is friends with all those guys,
Yeah,
and is probably going to have the former drummer on. What
Joey
was his name?
Kramer. Joey
Yeah,
Kramer.
yeah, he's real close to him.
Hmm.
But what the deal was, it was like a trachea deal with the throat, but he injured it.
Mm.
He injured it off a stage prop, or a piece of the stage hit his throat.
Ooh,
And that particular, it's called something, a trachea aorta something, or I don't know, something, not aorta, but
wow.
trachea, and whatever it's called is the term, and it is from physical injuries to the throat.
Wow.
Now, people were thinking it's a vocal cord deal to where, like, of age, when that's not the case. Like, if he didn't get this injury physically, he would have been fine. So
Wow.
that's what we're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's tickets were way pricey for the,
Oh,
like,
obviously because
this show didn't cut off half of the arena either. You could get seats behind the stage, Brown.
yeah. I've seen
Um,
clips of that where it's like an all-around thing. Prince had that during the Purple Rain tour. Metallica did that when they were touring for the Black Album. A lot of bands have done this, even in the round as well, including the band Yes, Metallica, Def Leppard as well. Journey even did that back in 1983. I got tickets from my sister. It was a birthday present. Me and her boyfriend at that time with the Joe Louis Arena, Brian Adams was opening up, and it was people behind the stages as well. It was an all-out open affair.
um, do you ever hear the rumor, not rumors, but do you ever hear, like, in the 70s, Aerosmith live sometimes a lot weren't that great
Well,
because
I
they're on,
did. Well,
like, drugs
I
and
know.
stuff? You ever
I
hear
do. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because I mentioned in that video regarding the cancellation of the makeup show Aerosmith was supposed to do in that video I did last night. Apparently, one of the conversations between some of the cooks at the restaurant I worked at back in Southeast Michigan in the 90s up to about 2004, one of the cooks were describing that, Aerosmith now has gone kind of soft. They wish he'd get back on the drugs so they make more Toys in the Attic, Big 10-inch record type of music, sweet emotion music, or round around music. Stuff in the vein of Get Your Wings, Toys in the Attic, Rocks, Back in the Saddle. Because when you think about it, Aerosmith was kind of maturing in terms of music wise. I mean, they had a song called Pink, which was a lot more mellow. The song Jada was a lot more appealing to the Matchbox 20 crowd. And of course, we could not forget that one ballad for the movie Armageddon, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. That was a big hit. And I guess, in terms, a lot of hardcore Aerosmith bands were getting frustrated with the stuff they were putting out there at that time. Now, I don't remember the last studio album Aerosmith released, be honest with you, but compared to the stuff now, the Aerosmith from the 70s, like the albums that I mentioned, were probably in their definite prime in terms of how rock and roll was supposed to have been. I mean, like, those records were probably one of the big reason why they were framed
like
America's rock.
Rocks?
Yes, Rocks, Toys in the Attic, Get Your Wings. Night in the Ruts, which, by the way, it pretty much has summed up what the title really means when you switch around a couple of the letters.
See, people don't know, like me, I'm a casual Aerosmith guy, but like
So
Aerosmith
my
has their radio hits, right? Like
Dream On,
they
which
kind
is
of
played how many times on every radio
all of that.
station.
But like
Yep,
in the '70s, there's all a bunch of like the Toys in the Attic album, all that stuff
yep.
is a lot of more stuff, guys. But like the hits are good and catchy and stuff, but like just like Judas Priest, they're in Iron Maiden, yeah, there's the mainstream hits,
Metallica,
but
Black Sabbath, they only play the radio stuff because that's what the mainstream people only understand and accept. They can't
that would have been a
accept.
hell of a show, bro.
It would have
Black
been, yeah.
Crowes opening, Black Crowes opening,
Yeah,
that
you
would have been a
saw
double
them,
dip.
yes.
That would have been a double dip for me. That would have been good. I would have bought. Look, I would have spent $300 on one ticket for that. To be honest with
All
you,
right.
but I mean that's how much they were kind of already right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
you would have had to spend 350, like 350 and up, really, plus
Mm.
taxes. I
All
mean, it
right.
was a pricey deal. They were getting prepared for this. You know, Steven Tyler came out and did a song with the Black Crows
Yep.
a month or two ago, or a few months
Yes.
ago. But it's straight like just think about that. This could have been prevented. It was an
Mm-hmm.
accident,
Yeah,
but it
obviously.
was a physical. Think about physical injuries.
Yeah.
They can 100% be prevented. Was he drinking on? Does he still drink? Was he drinking?
No,
Was he
no,
doping? I don't know,
no, no,
but
not chance. Joe Perry have been the rest. All the band they've been clean for how many years? I mean, the manager they had at the time, Tim Collins, got them off the drugs. They got them straight, got them sober, got them clean, and it's been like that ever since. Now, I want to read you a little something here that Nikki Sixx of Motley Crue posted on his Facebook page, and this is a tribute to Aerosmith right here. Quote unquote. In 1973, a 15-year-old named Frank Farina walked into a record store alone and emerged with the first Aerosmith album in hand. I would carry that album with me everywhere, including to friends' house, conversing them that this was the future of rock and roll. As the years rolled on, my opinion never changed. Lyrically, musically, rhythmically, and especially with those monster songs, Aerosmith was unlike anybody else. Their entire catalog, wait a minute there,
well,
their
they say they're America's. Real
rock
quick,
and roll
Prince
band.
was. Yeah, they're America's rock and roll band. Prince, we're doing this Aerosmith show. Prince,
What?
Aerosmith's retired. Prince, what do you think about that? What's your opinions?
Aerosmith did not retire. They're in like Las Vegas. They're doing shows in Vegas. What do you
No,
mean they
that was
retired?
a
Nah,
long
tell him,
while. That
Brown.
was a long while back. Finished that residence. They finished that residency a long while back. They were in the middle of their Peace Out Farewell tour last year when Steven had this vocal injury that we were just talking about. They were going to restart the tour. You'll pick up where they left off. But unfortunately, the injury did some massive damage to Steven's vocal cords to the point where he is unable to sing that much no more like he used to. So
Yeah,
the
they
band
canceled the
decided,
retirement tour.
yeah. So they decided, let's retire from the tour altogether. Let's just call it a day.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Okay, back to Nikki Sixx's statement. Aerosmith's
Mhm.
entire catalog is outstanding, but those first live albums were the holy grail for young future Nikki Sixx. I recently sat on the cliffs of St. Barb's playing along to those albums. Can I just say, Tom Hamilton, their bass player's work continues to inspire me. And what a rhythm section they had with Joey Kramer behind that kit, Joe Perry and Brad Whitford on those guitars back and forth to the point where you sometimes couldn't distinguish the dueling guitars because the sound became one big kick to the side of the head. Steven
I
Tyler,
always
to
use that
me,
Explorer.
hmm
My bad.
Steven
Yeah,
Tyler,
Kramer or my bad.
oh, they had a lot of range of different guitars, that's for sure there.
Yes.
But the most notable one was back then was Joe Perry's Gibson Les Paul.
What's the other guitarist's name?
Brad Whitford.
Brad
Okay,
Whitmore.
so
Yes.
Brad
Oh,
Whitford,
yeah,
he's
he's better.
on
He's better
eBay
than Perry.
Paul Feder, what's
for
up,
like
man? Glad you're on the show with us, dude.
real quick. Let me get this out real quick. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Brown. My bad. But on eBay for like $250,000, it's a Brad Whitford Gibson Explorer, like cream color.
Yes.
I think probably signed, obviously. I think, and it's
Mm,
used. I think it's his one of his. Yeah, it's used by him type. That's why it's so much.
interesting.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what,
he's definitely the best guitar player in Aerosmith, in my opinion. He's better than Joe Perry. And
like
just with the Nikki Sixx comment, what a lie. I mean, later Aerosmith definitely sucked. I mean, Just Press Play was fucking terrible. I
You know
mean,
what?
that shit
We were
was
talking
ass,
about
bro.
that moments
And
I
ago.
like
How
that
the some.
single. I didn't mind that single.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Paul, because we were talking about that. How the later material kind of like mellowed out a lot of times.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Nah,
was
hold on a
garbage.
minute. Whoa. I was probably like, nah, hold on a minute. It's like the same, well, bro. It's Steven. Like it's. What do you mean, Well, like that song
Bec-
"Jaded."
yeah, exactly that. I don't want to miss a thing. The song Pink.
Oh,
Right. All right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. It was
gross.
that. It was like more mellow. It was more appealing
But
to the mom rock crowd.
you still could
Dude.
now you could still tell it was like Aerosmith because of Steven Tyler's voice though. That's
No,
probably
Obviously,
bro,
yes.
you
it was
know.
music that you hear at the dentist office, bro. That shit sucked.
Pretty much summed it up there.
Yeah,
You
that
really
shit
think
was
they're
terrible, but
America's band for real?
no, I don't. I
Getting-
think the Beach Boys
hello?
are America's
Oh,
band, and
hello. Whoa, woo. Hello. So getting back
Hello?
to Steven losing his voice.
wait a minute.
Wait, what?
Wait, we're having a
did?
conversation here. I
Yeah.
think the Beach Boys are America's band personally, and I also, I just have to bring this up really quick because I want to hear your serious take on this. I don't want to
Yes.
disparage the history of Aerosmith, but I actually recently got out of them. I was super into Aerosmith, but I got out of them after learning about the whole pedophile Steven Tyler shit, where he
Yeah,
What?
he apparently
I'd
he
had
love to answer.
yeah.
I'd love to give you my opinion. Let me give my opinion real
yeah,
quick.
Yeah, he was
I'd like to hear
involved
your
with the
guys' opinion on
underage
that.
No,
girl
I
around
don't
that
know. Now,
time, yes.
Brown, I'm gonna have to ask you a couple questions because you were around in that time and I wasn't. But I feel like it's a moral thing with
Yeah,
Paul 3.
yeah.
It's a legal thing too. But I don't know. I feel like states back then it was a 16 and over type deal,
hmm
and if not, I feel like standards just in a generation of that generation, not standards, but just you know a 15, 16-year-old girl seemed like a woman to them. I don't know. I mean, it is a weird thing for sure, Paul 3, for sure. It's almost like the trans kids thing, like
Yeah.
nowadays. But um,
But that was
it,
but that was often common along musicians around that period. I mean, Jimmy Page with Led Zeppelin. According to the book Hammer of the Gods, he was involved with the 14-year-old model. But he had to keep that way on the down low because if the feds were to find out, boom, instant
so he did
deportation.
keep that. So they did keep those relationships on the down low. It was an open.
Pretty
back
much, yeah. Because pretty much,
Well,
yeah.
then they're scumbags. What the fuck?
A lot of
And
that
it's no.
happened, and I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay, but Steven Tyler took it to the next level by getting the parents to sign her away. I mean that is
Oh,
fucked.
yes, that did happen. I was reading about that on the internet a couple of days ago. I was
How
looking
old
for
was
that article now.
how old was Steven Tyler at the time?
He
40?
I think he may have been in his something 20 something, getting close to 30s. I'm not too sure what year it was or what age he was.
Well, look. I mean,
25. I just looked it up. 25.
there's people in their 20s like RP that still have that high school mentality.
Mhm.
Or maybe there could be some autism there with but I don't know.
Not
It's
autism. It's a
Asperger's.
fetish.
Asperger's.
No, it's a sexual fetish.
Is it even
I mean,
effective?
you
That,
really, I
that's
don't,
just
yeah, but I
no.
don't think
Ugh.
like these rock stars who made these millions, like I don't feel like
I
they were
mean,
like,
hold
hey,
on.
I'm
Time out.
Jared from Subway, I'm a pedo,
Elvis,
I'm into younger. Nah, it's
Elvis
like
Presley
I don't
did.
know.
Elvis Presley did that when he met Priscilla.
Yeah, she was
True.
14 or 15. He was in his 20s. And also, I
And,
got to
and
throw this in
Prince.
here.
Prince did the same thing with Maite. Prince did the same thing.
And
Jerry
let's
Lee
also
Lewis.
not forget Ted Nugent. He was involved, he was in his 30s in the early 80s when he was involved with a 17-year-old lady named Pele. He had to sign the
Wow.
piece of paper allowing him to date this gal. And this was shortly after his divorce from his first wife, Sandra, who later died in a car wreck. She was heavily intoxicated. That was in 1982. But Ted Nugent was involved with an underage girl around that time.
So like the Marilyn Manson stuff, you think that's true too?
Well, I don't know. I was never there when that stuff there. But nowadays, we did back then. There was no cancel culture. There was no lashing out on the internet because there
I feel
was
like
no
at the
internet, obviously there. But
as a generation. Well, I feel like obviously in the '90s that stuff. Well, I don't know because Marilyn Manson was doing his thing with teens, disposable teens. You know
yeah,
that song. So like
yes,
he was doing his thing with the teens and all that probably in the '90s, but obviously like um, 20 years ago, people have more voices through the internet. Blah blah blah. You can expose people, all that. Blah blah blah.
yes.
So I can't. I don't know. I don't know at that time because I wasn't living, but I just feel like some things weren't as big of a deal or looked at as a big of a deal as they are now.
Wow, all three of those like Peter.
Especially
Why
maybe especially
why
maybe if the parents were paid off as well, perhaps.
look like Spider-Man?
Oh, dude.
I was shooting a
Like
web all over your face.
Paul 3, you would never adopt a 16-year-old girl to marry her later on in life as a musician.
No.
No, he can't do it nowadays because he'd be called out massively. Like we said,
I mean, that's basically what they were doing, though. Like with the parental consent or signed papers from parents
yes,
or permission from
exactly.
parents.
No,
Obviously,
dude, I
there
would
is a
have.
payoff. Obviously, the parents got like some money. Hey, your daughter's going to be good with me. I got it all taken care of. I got millions. Let her
I
come
would
on the
have an
road with
army full
me.
of.
And the
No, bro,
courts
no.
of
I would
parents
have an
at that time
army
were
full of
like, "Oh
pimps.
my," and the courts of parents be like, "Oh, my daughter's with a rock star, yay!" That's how it was back then.
Now
That's
I have
sick.
like an army full of like
Sick. I don't
60 and
care.
70-year-old
I don't
women.
care.
Like, all
That's
like best
just weird
interests
to
on
me.
partying.
Now, there's
Why would
one
you
thing.
send your
Well,
Why
let
would
me.
you send your 14 or
Go ahead,
16-year-old
Brown.
girl?
Well, enough of the. Well, we will probably have to discuss this on. Well, let's continue this subject because we're on to something keen here. What was he going to ask, Prince or Paul?
Why
About
the
the
in the
Paul
hell
3.
would parents hear me out? Why would parents want a grown ass man to chaperone their daughter? That's kind of weird.
Probably because of probably
See,
the payoff
that's
that
the
YR
thing.
mentioned, and most likely the idea that hey, my daughter's something special. She's dating this big rock star. When she gets back in high school, she could be the one that all the other high school girls envy the most. And they're both like the girl be like, "Yeah, look at your loser boyfriends. I'm dating Steven Tyler. Yay! Ha ha ha! How you like me now?" That frame of mind often comes into
That's
play at
just
times.
no, I don't care. That's just sick. That's just weird.
I
Because
know it is
she's
kind of.
young, she's so young, and the guy is so old. That's just why would a grown man want a young child in his house? Like that's just
I don't know.
it's just
Some of
weird.
the, but then again, back then, the rock stars were able to get away with lot more
Well,
stuff than they were
you don't
now.
think like look, picture, in the '70s, '80s, whatever, these rock stars come out, they do their concert, they go back to the bus. There's a line of women outside
Yep,
of the bus. I
groupies,
mean,
groupies. They had lots of
are the roadies, Steven Tyler checking IDs of all these women coming in now? Like,
hardly.
you know what I'm saying?
It was kind of yeah. That rock star has to have their groupies. That's for sure. I mean, the two notable groupies out there was Sweet Connie, who was immortalized in that Grand Funk song. Pamela DeBars, who went out with Keith Moon, Jimmy Page. And of course, we cannot forget that. I forgot that other Baby Buell, who actually helped Steven conceive Liv Tyler, the actress.
You know, there's maybe
And
in the
who,
in the rap scene
hold
or
on,
the
hold on. Who can forget about Guns N' Roses, the Rocket Queen, who had sex with Axl Rose from dating
what?
Steven Adler. Steven from the drummer of Guns N' Roses. Yeah. The Rocket Queen is about a girl who went out with Steven, who Axl Rose fucked and made a song called The Rocket Queen.
Real quick, Prince, do you like Kamala Harris? Because she's black and everything. Is that appealing to you or not?
No,
For real? You
no.
see the fakeness for real?
Yes, fuck
You're
Kamala Harris.
so real,
I-
bro. God, I love
Absolutely
Prince. You're
good.
so real,
I
man.
agree. Yeah, we got to
God,
dig into that dumb broad possibly
bro.
tomorrow
This
night.
political tomorrow. We got a big political show tomorrow. But like right now, like this Aerosmith thing, you know, Paul 3 kind of like dismisses them because they're pedos, or Steven Tyler is, or whatever.
No.
But
Well,
You
obviously
see,
he's not. He obviously he probably grew from that.
finish that question for YR. Let me finish that question. When
Real
she
quick.
went up there and had Megan Thee Stallion shaking her ass, that was a disgrace to all black people. You fucked up, Kamala, when you did that. You fucked up. So fuck you, Kamala. Trump. That's
Well,
where we're
obviously,
going.
what the
Trump.
thing about the Democrats is that they're trying to appeal to today's youth. That's how they try to do it. Whereas more the conservative side is stick to the rules, stick to the what's right and what's wrong. Whereas of course you kind of see where that goes. I remember seeing a fake ass post that Hillary Clinton was trying to go goth to appeal to the young goth kids out there. That story was fake, but can you imagine the amount of people turning to stone if Hillary Clinton would have come out as a goth chick?
Oh my God.
Exactly.
See, man, this is what I'm talking about. They always do in their minds when they had they even had Quavo trying to represent. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Who the hell's Quavo?
Like, what the hell?
Who's Quavo?
And then they had to make it worse when you have Megan Thee Stallion shaking her ass. Come on, you can't be taken seriously when you start doing shit like that. Come on.
Yeah, but then again, that's what they only know. Period. Bottom line. That's what most of these female rappers only know about. Talking about how many cars and clothing they got, shaking their ass, how good
That
they're.
ass, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. How hot my coochie is. All the guys want to dive into it. Well, it's true. It's true. It's true. True.
Stop.
But
Stop. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about you're supposed to be taken seriously. You're trying to be the first black African American female president, but yet you have all these weird artists shaking their ass and talking about sexual stuff. As a female president, that's not good for the youth. You're supposed to be a representative for the
For the
country.
youth, the kids,
Like,
them,
what are you
all
doing?
generations.
It's
Well, like I said, they're trying to. They'll do anything they can to get whatever they can, whether it's free insurance, free welfare, free food stamps, blah blah blah, all that free shit, free insurance.
What's going to happen here?
That's
Kamala
all they
is
care
under the
about.
same advisement. You have to understand, she's under the same advisement as Biden. So if she became president, nothing will change. All it will get worse.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I think we're all and the choice.
I'm sorry. I'm with YR on Team Trump. Sorry, I'm on Team Trump.
So am I as well, folks.
Trump, bro. Trump went out there with his fist up, saying, "Yeah, nigga, you can't shoot me." Yeah, I'm with Trump, man. Trump had money in my pocket when Trump was in office. He had me with money in my pocket. I want some of that money, so I'm going with my
Business
boy Trump.
was great, And if Trump gets back in office, I will take a chance at going into the stock market. Like a couple of people suggested I do so, but I have to wait till
I'm gonna
buy
start
everybody's
fucking. Listen, I'm gonna start selling tickets on Ticketmaster. I'm gonna like on the day like to buy tickets when they have sale or whatever.
Who you going for? Who you going for right now? Who you going for? Kamala or Trump? I want to know.
Trump.
Who you going for?
Trump.
Kamala,
bottom line.
We want tampons in boys' bathrooms. We want trans rights.
No. my God.
We want them to riot in the streets. They can
Oh
take
God.
Jack Daniels by the case. By the way,
Oh my God.
She
we
probably
want.
she how about how
He's
about
baffling.
how
The
about
fuck?
senior porn where the old women wear crotches to pens?
Yeah.
Ew.
Okay, so back to our Aerosmith discussion. One person came to mind, Joey Kramer, and the screw job
Yeah.
that he got. Because right during this tour, they had somebody else filling in this spot, but they were not allowing Joey Kramer to participate in even rehearsals, live shows. The same thing Cheap Trick were doing to their old drummer, Bun E. Carlos. What is up with that?
What?
Yeah, look it
Oh, you
up.
know why? I'll tell you. I'll tell you what's up the beef or whatever. Like he was, his health was declining. He couldn't play because they were using like his drum tech for like during those last residency shows,
Mm.
and his health was declining, and he's still a part. Like he had an input in this decision to retire for sure.
Go.
They have someone else. So, hello.
Hello, I'm here. I'm hearing what
All
you're
right.
saying, dude. Let me look it up,
All
Joey
right. Thank you.
Kramer. Okay.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, his health went to shit, and then the band realized that they could hire somebody who plays just as good for way cheaper.
There you go.
Usually all money.
And by the way, Joey Kramer, YR, for the record, he lives in Magnolia, Texas.
Really?
Yeah, he does. It says here on the while I was looking him up. He says says Aerosmith, his bandmates, required him to earn his job back by performing a series of solo rehearsals to prove that he could still play to an appropriate level, according to his lawsuit. And that was in 2020. In fact, by the way, there is video footage that's on here on YouTube of Joey Kramer getting out of this car to go into rehearsals and being turned away from the security. Definitely look that up, YR, and everybody else that's all listening to this show right now. Now, according to Aerosmith, original drummer Joey Kramer will not be on the farewell tour. The band released this statement saying he has regrettably made the decision to set out the current scheduled tour dates to focus on his full attention to his health and his family. And I understand his wife passed away, I believe, in 2022. I'm going to Reddit right now to look up this case here. And it says here, dead serious. They're going on their farewell tour, and Joey is absent. Can the man literally not drum well anymore due to an age or a disability? Did he quit? I can't imagine this being the case unless there's something else going on in his life. Or did he just get dumped? I've looked it up and found plenty of, let's see there, different
Look,
accounts on the matter.
like, look, they did this to Mick Mars and Motley Crue.
And
Basically,
like
they were like,
Jeep Trick did it to their drummer, Bunny Carlos, just as well as I mentioned.
and the Democratic donors did this to Joe Biden as well. For real.
Oh gosh.
They push these people out. Like when you get a group vote and you're losing on that vote, you're done, brother.
Mm.
And look, I don't mind John 5 either. Like I don't like
John 5 is
I don't
good,
mind
no
that.
doubt about it. In fact, remember the Facebook short video I sent you about the accusations that he wasn't playing live, and he displayed it in that clip that I showed you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince Neil,
Yeah.
he's like not that great, but It's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still not great, you know.
Well, it's better than he was before because God knows, he sounded horrible. He couldn't even figure out the damn word he was muttering out of his yapper.
My name is Dr. Brown. I am a communist socialist. I am voting
Oh,
for
I
Kamala
know.
Harris.
Oh gosh, what? I know. You know I would never vote for that dumb bitch.
They really got listen. It's a step up from like Biden, bro. These are like the real progressive Democrats, like the people with the weird ideas,
Yeah, and
that
by
no
the
one's
way,
going for.
her
This
VP,
is fucked.
by the way, her VP happens to be what's his face, governor of Minnesota, who allowed the state to go to crap well during the BLR, what's it, Black Lives Matter riots
Yeah,
during 2020.
I wonder if Aerosmith, they're pretty set in life. You think they're millionaires?
Well, I guess they may be. I know they're financially set. I know that for fact because they still receive royalty payments from publishing, radio airplay, the sales from their albums. I know Joe Perry also has
They're
the
definitely all
Hollywood
millionaires.
Vampires with Alice Cooper and Johnny Depp.
That would be pretty cool to see, but they always do like LA local shows, like California shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well, you could do overseas shows just as well. And
Paul,
also,
you gonna be ready?
by the way, does anybody remember the Joe Perry Project?
Yeah, Paul 3 he used to know this dude who used to be work on that project. Paul 3, you want to comment
I
on
didn't
that?
even know he had a solo. I didn't even know he had a solo band. So not everyone
Yeah,
did.
yeah, Joe Perry left Aerosmith in 1979. Him and Tyler were at each other's throats consistently to the point where Tyler even said after a show, "I don't ever want to be on stage with you again." In fact,
Brown.
that was it. He put together the Joe Perry Project. Let the Music to the Talking was the first album came out in 1980, and that was originally meant for as an Aerosmith album. Actually, it was meant for Aerosmith's song, but what they did is when Aerosmith did their version of that song, they changed a little different, made the little changes. So that's why the Joe Perry version of that song and the Aerosmith version of that song was kind of different.
Brown, you got that that would be a good subject for a show, like artists that left their band to do solo stuff.
Exactly. We got to look into that sometime
know?
soon. And let's not forget, Brad Whitford did a project with Derek St. Holmes, who was the co-guitarist and vocalist for Ted Nugent's band. They had the Whitford St. Holmes group. They released one album. And I believe that was back in, I believe, in 1980, 81, or 1982. But you may remember the album Rock and a Hard Place from Aerosmith from 82. Jimmy Crespo, who replaced Joe Perry, was on that album. And taking Brad Whitford's place was a dude named Rick Duffy. And you may remember the hit. You may remember the song "Lightning Strikes."
From Dawkins?
No, from Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Look up that video
Talking
right
about
now.
Luke Christie. Remember the song "Lightning Strikes" by Luke Christie from the '60s?
Yep, exactly. Well, this was different than that, obviously.
All right,
at
so
Prince
for all
over
your
there, listen.
'90s, Paul 3,
Look at
for all
Prince
your
over there.
for all your '90s people out there, 1990s, I feel like,
hmm
in your arcades, I don't even know if you know about this, Brown. There was an Aerosmith shooting game. You remember that?
Yes, I remember.
I love
I
that
remember.
game.
I remember hearing about that video. They had even had a. I remember seeing it on
Like a
some
strip
sort of a
club or
gaming show.
something?
Yeah, something like
I
that.
played it so much. I played that game so much. It was at a local venue growing up, and it was a shooter, and you just like basically shot through. Had little to do with the actual Aerosmith. It was just like you shot bad guys if you showed up in Aerosmith.
Prince Lane lives in a white person's house.
Have a hard time hearing you, Prince.
Brown,
Yes.
name of that? Can you find the name of that video game? That Aerosmith video game?
Let me give me a couple seconds here. Let me look it up.
Aerosmith arcade game, rather, because it was like a machine gun that was built on the thing, like type
It's
shit.
good. It's real good.
And then like the chicks
Yep.
were like stripping. I don't necessarily think they were naked, but they were stripping. It was like a strip club, and you shoot these bad
Aerosmith
guys.
arcade game.
That's what it's called, straight up.
Yo, what's going on, brothers?
Oh gosh.
No, we can't have this guy.
The
Come on.
long
No,
time,
goodbye, goodbye,
Who
goodbye,
added this
goodbye.
guy
You're
in?
I don't know
No.
who added this guy. It wasn't
No.
me.
This is YR.
1000% did not add him in this call, Brown.
No, I
You can
did
look
not.
him
I
up.
did not add
Yeah,
him
no,
either.
honestly,
Dude, I'm coming to say I'm sorry. I'm not coming
No,
with you.
we gotta get this guy's a
No,
socialist.
no,
Get
no,
him out of
no,
these
no,
for Kamala.
no.
I
As a
added him once
socialist.
because he asked me to. I didn't know you guys knew
Why
him
are we
like that.
still mad at me, dude? Come on.
Because you are.
Can I make peace,
No,
please?
Brown, can we get this guy off?
I'm
the
trying
goddamn
to,
phone?
but somebody
There's
else
a
keeps
fucking
removing.
communist fucking socialist on the goddamn call.
Girl,
but
buddy, I'm sorry.
they,
I'm sorry, please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
you're not sorry.
Sorry for what? Ooh,
Earl,
what are you sorry for?
life is better when
Stupid.
you know.
Life
What
is
was that? I'm
better.
sorry.
Life is better without you.
Kamala,
I'm tired of this guy.
There's no way you still hold a grudge, Earl. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna bust your balls, please.
SC, can we?
I really
Stop
am
Pop showing up at our show.
I did not add him.
I did not add him either.
Who did?
I really,
I
I
know
got- I
who
got-
added this fucker in this show.
Paul 3, did
It
you
was-
do this?
It was me. I'm sorry. Look, Earl, I'm sorry, dude. I got COVID.
I don't want to hear it.
COVID.
I'm tired of this.
Coronavirus, asshole. Paul 3, did you add him in for real?
I've got COVID, and look,
All right.
I'm sorry.
Where your braid?
All right, we're gonna call your
No.
work right now. We're calling your job, bro. Calling your job right now.
But you
Go
guys
back.
have to
Go sell your oranges, okay, bro?
I need-
Oh,
I
shit.
C. I need vitamin C.
Yeah, we're calling your job right
quick
now.
second, quick
Bye.
second. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's
All
going
right,
on?
all
I'm
right,
cooking over here.
all
What's
right.
going on? What's the
Hear me
problem?
out. Hear me out.
AC
So I
Queefy
added him
keeps
to-
popping in on the call here. We don't want him on the show.
hear me
Why?
out.
Why? What's wrong with that? What's going on?
He's
Fill
an
me in.
asshole. He's
What do you
disrespectful.
What
He's
do you
an
do?
he's an asshole. He's disrespectful.
He's being a prick to like Brown and not.
Well,
He's
let
being
me-
a prick.
Let me talk to him. Bring him out.
But he
Let me
doesn't.
talk to
He
him.
don't know nothing about Aerosmith though. Come on.
Exactly. He just joins the call just to throw toss names, toss shit around for no reason. He doesn't care about the content of the show. I can't stand him. Shaq
So you
can't
can tell
stand
me-
him.
Get his work
Everybody
on
else,
the
nobody
Get
can
his goddamn
stand him.
job on the Skype.
He's basically being like Jacob RP, basically.
Yep.
Oh, come on, Mesito. Why you gotta be like that, Gaito?
Because that's how he is.
Why? I see. I thought you. Come on,
Pepsi right
SC.
now.
He's not, no, the guys, listen.
You
SC
upset
doesn't.
Prince Idol.
eh,
You
eh,
upset me.
I raped a couple children a couple years
Ooh.
ago. No big deal, right?
Okay, here's the name of the Aerosmith arcade game Revolution X.
See, bro, that shit was nice, right, Paul 3?
All right, it's a shooting
Brad-
gallery video game developed by Midway. It released in arcades in 1994. The gameplay is similar to Midway's earlier Terminator 2 Judgment Day, but is themed around the band Aerosmith. The oppressive New World Nation regime and their leader, Haliga, Heiga, have abducted the band Aerosmith, and
Yeah.
players use a mounted gun to control on-screen crosshairs and shoot enemies. The members of Aerosmith are hidden throughout the game's initial localities and must be found in order to receive the game's true ending. That's something there.
Yo, you don't remember that game, Brown?
I do remember a shooting. I do remember that game,
Does
obviously.
it say what year it came out? That arcade game?
1994.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
You know
I
what?
definitely
There was a
remember it.
Journey Escape arcade game.
What?
Yeah, that was back in 1983.
Like an arcade or a pinball
Yep,
machine?
arcade.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I remember playing it a couple times at the nearby arcade place back in Rosehill.
Well, see, look, like there was a point. Obviously, you have, most people, most casual people remember Aerosmith one thing, but maybe from two things. The one thing is the Run DMC deal,
Oh yeah,
right? The music
yes,
video, all that, whatever. But then the
yes.
big other thing, which people don't, which it's multiple things, but it's one thing, is
hmm
him, Aerosmith being involved with Wayne's World.
Oh yeah, that's
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
Yes, I remember they were all. That's
Especially
cool.
that second. I feel like in that
I
second
love
movie,
Wayne's
it was
World.
all about Aerosmith. Second movie, but
And Wayne, you mean in Wayne's World, what, 2 they were in? Where they had like Jim Morrison, and the first one they had Alex Cooper.
that was badass, bro. I love those
Mm.
movies.
Yeah,
I love
That's
these
good.
too.
and
Oh, what a great!
if it's to say
Wayne's
that
World,
Wayne,
Wayne's World, party time. Woo, 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 woo.
and it
Yes.
also fits to say that the first Wayne's World movie kind of aided in the success of Queen in terms of the song Bohemian Rhapsody. That became a big hit,
Yes,
along with the fact that Freddie Mercury died around the
there
same
was
period.
there was definitely like a '90s resurgence of Aerosmith. Is that a factual statement?
I
Like,
think
That's
so,
fair.
yeah,
Very fair.
because a lot of people were getting into their stuff. A
when
lot
did
of
that Run
stuff.
DMC song come out?
1980, the collaboration of Walk This
Yeah,
Way, that was in
yeah.
1986. It was on Run DMC's album Raising Hell. My old buddy of mine had the cassette tape playing in his car a lot of times.
I mean, that was pretty big at the time. I feel
It
like,
was big,
but
yes. It was probably one of the first mergers between rock and roll and rap music.
now speaking in the '90s and everything, I feel like the year it was '97. It might be 1998 to be exact, or 1999. That movie. Um, the
Sebastian
movie.
Bach was the
The
best show you ever went to. Just know that.
the movie with what's the actor's name, man? He has like Parkinson's disease now and shit.
Michael J. Fox.
No. Crap. It was a space movie, bro. The big space movie in like
Mm.
1998. And I don't want to miss a thing.
Oh, you mean Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis. What was the
Deep
name of that
Impact.
movie?
The
Deep
movie was
Impact.
Armageddon.
Armageddon. Because I saw that movie in theaters when it came out. I
hmm
remember. What year was that? Do you see that?
I believe it was
year?
I believe it was in either 1998 or 1997, one of those
That's what I'm
2
saying,
years.
bro. I remember that. I
And by
went
the
to
way,
that
it's not,
movie.
and by the way, it's not Parkinson's that Bruce Willis has. I believe it's a form of dementia.
I mean, they're all in the same pond. You know what I mean? But
Not really.
see,
Parkinson's is more mobile, movable, whereas Parkinson's is more
it's kind of like
movable.
Asperger's and autism, though. They're in the same pond there. You know what I mean? If y'all would,
Well,
if those
dementia is
people would,
more mental.
Parkinson's is more physical.
But yes.
Well, you're
Listen to Earl. Listen to
well,
Earl.
your
He is a
physical,
doctor.
well, your physical and your mental body is in the same pond itself, too, Brown. You know what
But
I'm saying?
then, but
You know,
then
I have to look
again,
at it that way.
watch interviews of Michael J. Fox.
We see you, you handsome devil. We see you. We see you,
Pretty
you
much a
handsome devil.
vegetable, though.
But
like,
but Michael J. Fox is still
Great.
able to speak pretty well. He just has no real control movements of how his head moves left to right, right and left.
Most people in this community have that disease. You know what I'm saying? Like the other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Did you and a lot of people in this community overcome their autism? So I don't even look at people with autism.
You cannot overcome autism. I'm sorry, folks.
Well, no, you can.
It's in you for your life.
It's terminal.
Overcome it, but you can battle it, and you can win those battles with it for sure.
Oh my God, this guy.
Brown, you agree or no?
Dude, autism is something you'll have for the rest of your life. You was born with it, you're gonna die with it, no matter
I know
what.
you can't. I know you can't take a pill to get rid of it. I'm just
No,
saying
you can't.
you
We
can
have
cope
one.
with
You
it.
cope
It's
with
not
it,
like
yes, exactly, dude.
I thought
but
we
you
had
know,
a member of the cast who was like that. Who had
like
asked.
I wouldn't define like Brown personally. I wouldn't define you as autism. Like I wouldn't
No,
judge you on that
no.
because you do things just like
Regular
humans
dude
do. You do
does, yes,
more.
yes.
You do more than what you do a lot. I mean, just being productive in human life is what I'm saying.
Yep.
And plus the guitar, like the guitar,
Yep.
your guitar, the blessing of your guitar talents.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Like it,
I was
that's
playing that. I was
special
playing that
thing for
earlier on
people.
before YR got a hold of me.
You know, I don't want to upset autistic people in this community. Sometimes I might joke about it because it's like a lot of those people in the community, but we do.
So you're
Well, we
saying
don't.
you're
Well,
saying
I would
Steve is
use
your sister?
autism. I would just say that some of the
Wait a
people in this
minute.
community
SC
are
has a
bitches.
problem?
SC does have autism, and he's a
No, he said
socialist. You mix those.
no. He's just an arrogant socialist idiot.
What about Jacob RP? He has a problem?
It's pro-
He's just queer boy. That's all he is.
and the
Yeah.
jealous queer boy. Like look how much he fronted on me. All the pictures I posted on my with all these females. He had a hard time dealing with that.
Surgery on trans kids, bro, for real. Mexicans. Um, Back to Aerosmith. Seriously, Brown.
Okay. Yes.
Well, on that note, on that song, you don't want to miss a thing.
Yeah.
This is when you say they were getting a little softer.
Yeah, I was getting
Now,
pretty much yes, because anything that gets played on the soft rock station for God knows how long, whether it's that song "Jaded" or especially the
well, the
song
Jaded
"Jaded" as
song, the
well.
video was. I like the video because it was the chick from that '70s show.
Yes, I remember that video as well.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
believe, and that was when music videos were being played. Like that was at the tail end of music videos, kind of. But I mean, yes, it is stripped down sounding from them, right?
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yes, a lot
saying?
more stripped down. But then again, we don't think about this. We don't know how the rest of the album sound. It may be a lot more hard as Toys in the Attic, for example. But then again,
but
that's
at
how
the
the
end of the
radio.
day, who really does? I mean, like the super fan cares, or the hardcore fan cares, but who really? When you go to a concert, do you really want to hear the people's new stuff? I
Well, that's another
don't
thing.
think so.
It would be nice
Most
to
people
hear the
don't.
new stuff, but that's
Some people do, but most people want to hear the hit. People want to hear the songs they know. But I'm telling you, like it's cool to see new bands, and oh my god, I want to see a local band. I'm Paul Three's local bands coming in. Oh
or a
yeah,
new
I'll
track
go
from
see
that
Paul
band.
Three. I would go see. I would pay money to see Paul Three's band if they came here, right?
Bro, you comment
But
on my
other than
dance
that,
shit on YouTube. You definitely.
the fans, the couples, which is mostly married couples that come to these
Mhm.
shows with gray hair, they're older.
Yep.
They want to hear the hits, bro. Like a lot of people, yes. There's your here. I mean, it depending on what kind of show we're talking about. But most people want to hear the big songs and the hits, and they hit, and they hit. Now there's fans that you want to hear some deep stuff, obviously, and you're more into that group. But
Yeah.
most people, I feel like, just like kind of wrestling's a niche type of deal. Hardcore fans and music is a niche deal. Like most people only know the hits or only know about the hits. Like, you know, the Black Album, Metallica, those songs, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Nirvana, you know, those radio songs. Like
Yes.
most people don't, you know, obviously your Iron Maidens, Number of the Beast, The
Mhm.
Trooper, just your basic
Run to the
songs, your
Hills.
AC/DC, Back in Black, Shoot to Thrill, your basic songs you hear. There's a lot more to that. There's a lot more going down. And that's really that's up to the band, to the artist of grasping your soul, bringing you in closer, making you just like a super fan, just obsessed with the band and wanting to see everything. It's like that, folks. You know what I'm saying? And Aerosmith has that. Aerosmith has a huge catalog. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as a black man, Prince, do you feel uncomfortable in like with all these white rock bands? Do you feel
No, I grew up on that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love Motley Crue. I love Guns N' Roses. I love Aerosmith. I love Bon Jovi. Those are the classic bands.
bro, in 10 years, like Sammy's fixing to pretty much end it, like, you know, Sammy Hagar, anything Van Halen, that's pretty much all done. Like Wolfgang Van Halen's not doing anything. He does his own thing. So any Van Halen
Yeah.
stuff, no one's ever gonna hear again.
Yeah. Plus,
live,
plus,
ever.
it's obvious. It was revealed that Alex Van Halen is stepping away from the music world. He auctioned off his
Yeah.
drum kit.
In the next 10 years, if you really think about it, I mean, obviously your
You're gonna
90s
have to hear my
stuff,
band.
your 90s stuff is going to be around live for a while. Your Pumpkins, Green Day, others, they'll be doing concerts for a while. But I mean, Metallica, like these bands that play your harder stuff, you know, I don't see Metallica. Maybe I'll give them another 5 to 8 years, maybe 10 doing live stuff. I mean, they're already what they're doing now. I mean, it's not like they did a tour that's you know, 6 shows in a week or whatever. Like they're doing 2 shows every 2 days, and it's
Yep.
like spread out through almost you know 1 to 2 years type
Oh,
thing. Like
they live on the road. Metallica lives on the
huge
road, no matter
long,
what.
but these
That's how they got
bands
That's how they got known, by doing all these multiple shows.
end soon, Brown. In another 10 years, we're not gonna have like all these 80s stuff. It's all gonna fade away, bro. Like all the live 80 bands, the 70s stuff. Who do we really have left from the 70s that
Well,
does live
That's why
stuff?
you gotta come see my band. That's why you gotta come see my band, YR, because we're still
But
doing shit.
also,
We're still
the
putting
Wire
on rock
does have a
shows.
good point. A lot of the 70s bands that we grew up as kids listening to, you know, a lot of them, you know, have been disbanded, lost
Look,
members.
Steve Miller Band's still doing their thing.
Jour-
Journey. I mean,
Journey's
is
still
like late.
together.
I
No,
mean,
they
pretty.
just
You
let
know, like
no.
I
Did you
mean,
not
it's
see
not
the
original,
Journey
but
news?
they're still like whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
There's
saying, but
major
like,
Yes.
Journey news, bro. Journey canceled their whole UK tour because Neil Schon and
Jonathan Cain.
keyboard dude Jonathan Kane, yeah, they're fighting
they're
again.
again about that.
They
Bro,
canceled the
Neil
whole
Sean's
UK
a
tour.
fucking liberal, and he spends all this money, bro, on these $150,000 hotels each night.
And
Like, for
Jonathan
real.
Cain is more conservative, and in fact, he's a born-again Christian. And you know
This
that
is
the two
real.
sides don't really get along.
Bro, I want to go to that fucking show so damn bad, and there's a million tickets still available.
Journey
And
Mm.
Journey, Steve Miller Band, and
and
Def
Def Leppard, yes.
But
By the way, may I
it's in a
recommend?
baseball
Go ahead.
stadium with no roof, and it's like 100 degrees here, bro.
Mm.
Oh, what the
Okay.
fuck?
Well,
Fuck
save lots of money for all the amounts of save lots of money for the beverages you're going to drink to keep yourselves hydrated. No doubt about that. But
Brown, would you
check by
fly
the
into
The new
Texas?
singer of Journey sucks.
well, by the
Nah,
way,
Paul
may I
Paul
say,
3 shitting on the Journey singer. Hold up, Brown, who's the Journey singer? Why is
is it
him or not?
what the current singer's name is Arnell something there? I know for a while they had Steve
King Sean.
Albini. And of course, before that they replaced Steve Perry, who's one of the most recognized vocalists of that band. But before that, it was Greg Rowley. I guess he did some of the vocals on some of their earlier songs, some of their couple of first records before Steve Perry gets in. I was going to recommend checking out some of the Journey albums, like the first album, self-titled "Look Into the Future," you know, and also check out Infinity, where Perry made his debut, singing alongside some songs like with Greg Rowley.
But then again, like when you're at a live concert, guys, that's why that's why those tribute scenes are popular, is when you get a couple drinks in you and your song fucking comes on, it's a party. I mean, it is a good feeling, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Especially if
Yeah,
there's
but
some
it's
deeper
telling you.
stuff. And like, I mean, it goes
That's
for any
telling
concert,
music,
not
man.
just at like a Paul 3 concert, like, oh, he plays fucking White Cracker fucking wrestling fan douchebag, my favorite song, I'm gonna mark out. You damn right I'm gonna mark out. Like,
Bro,
I ain't gonna film it.
there are
You
real
know what?
bands still out there. There are real bands still out there playing music, and they also play
They
covers
are.
that people
There's
enjoy and people can, get nostalgic
Up in
about.
the
When you do the
Paul
whole
3
tribute
having
act
you.
thing, bro, when you do the whole tribute act thing, you're a fraud, you're a fake, and you're killing the music industry. Worse than those
cover
artists.
songs last week. Come on.
Hmm.
I just covered 38 Special's first album last week. Come on, Paul 3.
That's cool, but that's 38 Special still playing, and I bet if they are, there are no fucking original members. It's like
Just
Molly
hold
Hatchet's
on,
out.
Poosland.
Hmm.
Yo,
Molly Hatchet, no original members.
seriousness, it's going down within the next month.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see a shitload of concerts, all bought and paid for. Real stuff.
Who?
Mm-hmm.
Who bought them?
But I'm saying, I hit these I should wait. Like, really, the smart move is to buy what you want to what you want to go to, so you have it. Right? Money shouldn't be
Yes.
an issue if you have a favorite, whatever, and you want it. But you can say, like, on the day of, fucking Twitter account that popular that shows the day of pricing and everything for tickets to buy. Like, Green Day just released. Like, this was last weekend. Like, it was on the floor. I mean, it's huge stadium show on the floor with the seat. Gonna be sitting in the seat, but on the, there's a GA pit, but then there's the floor seats behind it. But perfect view, bro. Like, really the best view. It was like 200, like 199 or something. 200 straight up. Best seat in the house, no taxes. You can't beat
Mm-hmm.
that. I paid. The tickets you get, on the day of, or not on just regular. It's like double that, bro. And it's not even good seats. Like, it's a lot. Yeah, 200. You could get a $60, $70 seat, but it's gonna be up at the top. But for 200,
Mm.
people don't know, bro. People are missing out on good shit. Like, Minnesota Vikings fan said he's going to Metallica, bro.
Obviously.
And
Why did I think that's
I
the
don't
only
know.
band here overseas?
Nah, but that would be cool. He said he's looking forward to it. I'm not, I'm excited for him because that was a good show. And
Yeah, it was. I agree.
that was the best show in my life. The Pantera thing was kind of like, that was like crazy to see, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I still feel like there's I don't know. That's tough to beat. Like, it's tough to beat, but like, there's other ones coming up. There's other ones like the Dr. Brown, Paul 3. Dr. Brown's opening for Paul 3 band.
Oh gosh. Or better yet, how about Paul? I thought we were sharing the stage together, dude.
No, you gotta open for me.
Well, hold on, Brown. How much would you want to be paid by Paul 3 to be on the guitar for the night?
What price range is he offering?
Well, no, just throw something out. Just like, would you be good with $200?
Well, 250 be a good one.
Paul
But if
3
it's
you would
Paul
pay.
3, but it's Paul, if it's 200, I'll definitely most take it. Hey, anything helps.
Paul 3 gets paid $7,500 to $9K a gig.
Oh, please.
I wish I made that much money.
Probably gets like
I think we
$1,000.
all wish we make that amount of money, dude.
Paul
No,
3
we
gets
don't do
$500 a gig.
We don't do that at all. I would never, play. We do a couple charity shows, but I would never
Paul, I have trouble hearing you, man. You must be far away from your mic because we're having trouble hearing you, dude.
I'll be out of here. I'll be out of work
Okay,
in
there you go.
3 minutes. I'll go to chat now.
Ah, I see now. All right.
You guys cleaning the fryer at fucking Burger King right now. Freak.
All right. Now, we mentioned earlier that Aerosmith had a lot of big drug history. Steven Tyler did admit that he spent thousands of dollars that he can't even count nowadays on cocaine. He was later into heroin in the early 90s. In fact, it took their second manager, Tim Collins, who got him with the new deal with Geffen Records. to get them off the drugs, because they definitely needed to get off the drugs, because when he first got back together back in 84, 85, there was still some issues between the band members. There was still some tensions. And I guess Collins decided, to get, hey, we need to get these guys off the drugs, period, altogether. Because the band was falling apart because of that. I mean, I remember seeing footages of on YouTube and on the various documentaries of Steve Tyler so whacked out on the heroin. He often sang lying down on the stage. Yeah, I remember seeing that.
He did heroines, brother?
No, Steven Tyler did heroin for a while.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, remember, the thing was, remember what
Well,
druggies. Go ahead.
Paul three and Prince are former heroin addicts. What do y'all
Oh
have to feel about that?
gosh.
That's fucking rock and roll. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, what was it? What was it? I could.
Paul 3 used to be a heroin addict.
No, that's
Never.
rock and roll. Leave me and Paul 3 alone. We're rock stars.
Why would
Deal
artists
with it.
get into that? Like, it was popular like that for real?
Well, drugs
Weird.
were popular altogether in the 70s. No doubt
No,
about
I know, but like, I feel like heroin's more like of a junkie, like street hobo type deal. It
Yeah,
wasn't
that
really
that was most back then. It was
wow.
mostly for something who kind of like back then. It usually starts with marijuana, then it goes to popping pills, then it goes to cocaine, then it goes to heroin, and God knows it later went to crack and everything else, Molly or whichever they call it. That's how it usually starts, and you usually blame the marijuana for being the leading point to the drug use. Period.
Really, alcohol that starts everything, in my opinion, not weed.
Yeah.
Alcohol is the number one fucking gateway drug. Marijuana doesn't do shit. Dude, people say marijuana is a gateway drug is bullshit. I've never tried any of that.
That's how that's how it was looked in the 1980s. All these, remember the Just Say No advocacy that Nancy Reagan was
Right.
pushing out there to the crowd, to the narrative, to the media, and to all the kids. Yeah, remember the Just Say No campaign she had?
No, I wasn't born in that. I wasn't born
Oh,
yet.
look it up on the internet.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yes.
So what was? I thought they were all fucking trading cocaine with the Conchas and guns in South America, like at that time, CIA and shit. I guess the president wasn't noticing that.
Hmm.
You know about that, Paul 3? America was trading like guns for the coke. I don't know, something like that. Cocaine and guns were involved, and the CIA was involved on that. Harris Waltz, baby, Waltz. We're gonna give state ID. We're gonna give driver's license to immigrants.
Hmm.
We're gonna, which will allow them to vote in elections. By the way,
Yeah, which
we're gonna put tampons in boys and girls' restrooms in schools, free tampons. So those will be paid for by the taxpayers' dollars.
for the men, they have to be called mampons.
And also in the taxpayer, this is why your taxes are going to go up 60, 70%, maybe more, is you will be paying for transition surgeries. Doctors will be cutting off genitalia off kids for their tax paid
What
for.
would
And if
I got a question.
he
Suppose
signed this law in, bro. He signed the law, and the parent has a problem. The government can take a hold of your child if they want to transition, bro. Like, this is Paul.
my only question is, suppose the doctor, he wants to makes the boy into a girl, but he forgets to cut off the pecker.
Penis, the penis, Dr.
Penis. Yeah, either way, it doesn't matter.
Stop. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear no more.
Does this mean that if the boy is told to go fuck himself, he can literally do that?
Oh my God! Now, Brown, this is serious. Brown, do you support trans kids' rights?
Not really, no.
Well, you're a transphobe, all right?
No, I'm not trans, so I don't mind. But if it's going to be advocated shoved down,
do you support the trans rights then?
I support everybody's right as an individual to make decisions for themselves, but I believe that should be a decision that somebody should only make as an adult. So I think like maybe 18 would probably be like the, the requirement for all that. I don't
Yes.
think that your frontal lobe hasn't even fucking developed. It doesn't even develop till you're like 25, dude. So I mean, 18 would be the minimum to even make a crazy life altering decision like that. I don't think giving these drugs and blockers and shit to these children, I don't think it's okay, man. I feel like that's probably
puberty blockers for Cronin.
it didn't. None of this ever happened like this until all the sensationalism and all the craziness around it. I have gay friends, I have gay family, I love them dearly, and I have no ill will towards any of them, and I think what they're doing is fine, and whatever they want to live their life, that's cool, man. Who am I to
Play
fucking
with each
say?
other's cocks like swords or what?
But that's not like hurting anybody. I feel like maybe taking all these medications, and then down the line, these kids really might have fucking deep regrets if they did this. So
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, you got to, and thus you got to remember that when you get a sex change, it's no going back. You cannot reverse it.
no going back from that, and that's
Absolutely.
So these you got to be at least 18 years old to make that kind of decision. I think some of these parents are fucking whack jobs too. So I don't know if their
Yeah, because
decision
some of the
making.
parents out there grew up in the 90s where it's all liberal values being shoved down everybody's throat. Keep that in mind as well.
Yeah,
We gotta save this for tomorrow. We gotta save this for tomorrow. But with Aerosmith, at the end of the day, Paul 3, you're pretty much done with. You don't care because the Steven Tyler pedophile thing, like that's real.
It's real.
Yeah, it was
I feel
real.
like
It was.
Look, Scott was right about this back in the day. Scott's grandparents were like 12 and 9 or something when they met and went together or whatever. Back in the day, like the slave days, all that. Masters had the teen slaves, the disposable slaves, disposable teens. Obviously, like
And obviously the
listen,
females were also there for the master's sexual pleasures.
Paul 3, you want to be my master, brother?
No, but you can be my slave. But anyway,
You
I
get a
think it is
haircut.
fuck-
Are you getting a haircut today or not?
Nah, dude,
Come
I don't want to
on.
get a haircut anytime soon. I'm scared what I'll look like with short hair. I already look fucking hideous with long hair. I can only imagine with
Looking
short
like a
hair. I look
sword
like
boy.
You
You
don't
gotta
look
get a
bad.
fade. Join the military, get a fade. Guy looks like Michael W. Crooks, guy who attempted to shoot Donald Trump. Come on. Guy looks like Mr. Peanut. Guy looks like Garth from Rain's World.
Oh,
Guy like,
get yourself on cam, you fucking swank, you fucking
Oh, dude.
douchebag. Fucking wigger looking motherfucker.
Oh, dude.
Come on, shave the side of your head some more, you fucking douchebag.
throwing in, brother.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Throwing it in. Prince looking like Young
Bro.
Thug there. Come on.
Prince looking like a fucking GQ fucking cover over here. Jesus.
Yo, but who? So Paul 3, did you let in SC Steve earlier for real?
Oh, okay, yeah. So let me explain that now that I can actually fucking
Yeah, I
talk.
was going to find out because I didn't. I neither did YR.
Listen, you know me. I don't shy away from shit. SC messaged me, and he also called me, and he said, "Let me into the chat. Let me in here. Da 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 da. I want to explain." So me personally, I'm no holds barred. I would like to hear what he has to say. I don't see a problem with it. I don't know why you guys are kind of. I'm not gonna lie, kind of seems a little suspect. You guys are running so hard from him. I don't know what you guys have to hide, but I want to hear him out. I want to hear.
He knows
But
nothing about Aerosmith.
he doesn't know enough about the
nothing
music
about
we're talking
Aerosmith.
about. He just wants to
Yeah,
join the call just to be a part of
come in
something.
here and
He
dox
feels
and
he's
threaten our
entitled to be on
wives
any of our programs,
molest our
and he doesn't
kids and
add
everything,
anything
you know?
to what we're talking about.
No, bro, he's the
Children.
YR. You're the one who threatened to call his job, bro. I haven't heard SC ever make any real threats towards us about doxing or any crazy shit. So
Yeah, but let me
I
explain a
wanted to
little
hear what he
something
had to
about.
say.
I threatened his job with a satire, though. I wasn't really. It was like a satire.
Well, Paul,
to
let me
me.
explain the situation in terms of the doxing thing. Extreme Chef was in the chat, putting out the state where SC lives in. And SC demanded I give him a wrench so he could remove Shaft from the chat. And I said, no,
Mhm.
it's not doxing that he's doing. Anytime, and if you only, it's only doxing if you reveal the real name, address, phone number, job information, blah blah, any of that stuff. Not revealing the state where he lives in.
Correct.
Yeah, exactly. And SC
You'd be right.
had a hard time with that. In fact, I heard on Dave Rose's show that he was
Oh my
the guy
God,
that
he
gave
has.
his foot off on
I
me.
think SC has autism
No, he has something that a lot of kids today have. It's called
or like a
entitlement.
mental,
No, it's
like a mental.
entitlement. Entitlement. That's what he has.
I mean
He
that,
feels
but
he's
Brad,
You
I
really
entitled.
think
don't
it's
like him, do you?
like a mental blockage type deal, like a Mexican Hispanic, heritage, like blockage.
He's gonna come to your house, bro. I'm telling you. He's gonna find you, YR. He's gonna show up down there. He's gonna pull up, bro.
The guy knows nothing about Aerosmith. What do you want me to do?
He doesn't know about
What?
what we're
I
talking
want to
rock
get,
and roll
a lot of people in
altogether.
the community want to hear what's happening. A lot of people
Now the
want bro.
now the politics show tomorrow. I mean, Brown, would
People
you want
want
SC on the
fucking
politics
answers,
show?
bro.
No,
You
because
understand?
he's
People
a
want
liberal.
fucking answers. We want to know. We want to know who took the community away. We want to know what happened. We want fucking closure. Do you get it? God damn it.
SC is a socialist. We can't be having that around in this community.
Yeah, like I said, he feels like he's entitled.
We need closure. I'm telling you, people like Prince, we want to know what happened. We're not you
Bro,
guys.
we do a
don't
show
really
about
care.
music every week. We're live every week. What are
Yes.
you saying?
Yeah, we do a show each week, and every time SC gets on the call, he
We got,
doesn't,
like, the
like I
scoop
said, he
a little
doesn't
bit.
contribute. He doesn't add anything to the topics we're talking about.
Guy's a child molester, bro, in New Jersey.
Oh,
You don't
dude. In
want that
fact,
on there.
if here's something else. If Shaft said it best, Extreme Shaft said he's disrespectful to me. He's disrespectful to our boy Ark Noya.
He's disrespectful to trans kids' rights as well.
He's
We can't be having that
disrespectful
in
to everybody.
2024.
He feels like, for instance, I was on Ken's program a couple of years back where he wanted Tommy back on the show after being banned for how many months. I said, well, we were talking, said something. The moment you say something he doesn't like, he's like, remove him from the call. Take him off the call. That's how he is. That's how
I
some
think
of
a
these
lot
entitled kids are.
I don't know. I feel like
His mother had him out of
but I
wedlock,
feel
brother.
like YR, you kind of fed into it a little too much. You gave him like a kind of a little too much power. So you created this. You created this monster, man. You had
Little
to
aggression.
kill Frankenstein in a sense. So,
Yeah.
You know what?
okay,
The best
so
person to get a hold on the call right now to
the end,
explain it to you,
is the
Paul,
end
is
game just
Davis
never
Dave
coming
Rose.
back? Is he never? Fuck it.
All right.
Damn.
Well, you'll have a good show, guys.
All right.
Oh.
Oh, man. All right.
YR doesn't like the Dave Rose comment or the name. YR leaves anytime he hears a name he doesn't like.
Well, bottom line about SC, he doesn't contribute. He acts like he's entitled, and he's disrespectful. If he's one of those, basically, the guy, he's basically like RP. They like to start shit for the sake of starting shit.
Yeah, I noticed that about RP for sure. I feel like SC, a lot of his stuff that he says is in jest. I feel like I had my problems with him too. I got super pissed off at him too, but I feel like he's not to be taken seriously at all. I feel like he's smart enough to kind of know what he's doing and can pull back. RP is just a fucking idiot. And like, I feel like he has no entertainment value, so he just wants to start shit because that's all he can fucking do.
Yes, and like you remember how jealous he acted towards me with all the postings on with all these females. Remember how he was having an issue with that?
Well, RP, as we know, is driving around high schools looking for his next, girlfriend that he could fucking take out and buy fucking drinks.
We'll be live tomorrow for the political show, guys. Tomorrow, Dr. Brown will be diving into
Yeah, we're
Very
going to be
well.
definitely.
Rapping.
Let's save all most of our energy for this one. That's for sure, because we got lots to dive into for shizzle. All right, there. So this concludes our